Hi, I'm Mark with Crown & Caliber, and welcome to Hidden Gems. Patek Philippe is a brand that's been around for a little over 200 years. And in that time, they've made classic dress watches. The Calatrava line started the modern dress watch as a wristwatch. And they also do the Nautilus, which on its own has done fantastic. It is a sports watch that we all know that has done very well for them. But there's not a whole lot in between. And that's where the Calatrava Pilot Travel Time comes in. So let's get into it. So let's start with what is a pilot's watch. A pilot's watch is actually the first modern wristwatch. It happened when a pilot, Mr. Santos Dumont, went to his friend, Mr. Cartier, and said, "I need a watch while I'm flying that's on my wrist and not in my pocket." Thus, the Cartier Santos. Design started in 1911, goes till today. So the original modern wristwatches are pilot's watches. And as pilots had to do more while flying, there were more things they wanted to it, or more designs they wanted specifically. And the overarching style is they wanted clear, legible writing, something that was easy to see while flying. The first design that became popular was the German Flieger design, followed by the French Type 20 design, which we're probably showing you examples of right now.
Thanks, Joe.
And those were the designs that started it all. As we move forward in time, there came other complications that were important. A flyback chronograph was important for navigation. Being able to track 2 time zones became very important to pilots, and that's what started the Rolex GMT that they made for Pan Am and became the GMT we all know today. And this watch takes from those 2 designs, the Type 20 specifically for the style of numerals, and the GMT function from the Rolex GMT. And it creates a beautiful watch that was not well received. When it came out, it was quite divisive. There are many articles written about it, but some of my favorite called it a failure of design. Another thought that because it came out a little bit before April, that it was an April Fool's joke when somebody sent it to them. The difference of opinion about the watch really comes from the fact that Patek does not have a history of making pilot's watches. There are a lot of brands, specifically IWC, Breguet, Breitling, that have a history of making pilot's watches, have made it from the beginning and still make them today. Patek is not one. In the 30s, they made a couple of prototypes, but they didn't make any that really became part of their lineup. And it took a while for this one to catch on. As many people that didn't like it, there was another half that loved it, that were happy to see Patek try something new. It's a sports watch with a little dress watch flair because it is made out of precious metal. It's a white gold, specifically this one. But it's a pilot's watch, and a pilot's watch is the original sports watch. It is more casual. It's very legible. It's a daily wear watch. It's not something you put on a suit and think about wearing first. It's something you go to the office and wear, or fly a plane and wear. And it's beautiful design in that. And to be perfectly honest, it's my favorite Patek. And when you get into the watch, it's damn near perfect. Every beveling of the movement, every intricate little piece of the applied markers, the dial, everything is done to that Patek standard. And that's a high bar that very few are able to manufacture and make watches at. And it's something to be appreciated that they decided to not just make the old dress watch, not just go back to the mine and go after the Nautilus again, but make a watch that's different. It is a bit more casual, but still Patek. And honestly, it's the first time they did something really new since 1976 when they brought out the Nautilus. Personally, I love seeing Patek take the risk. Swiss watch brands don't take many risks. And then they do so slowly over time. And this was a little bit of a risk. It's something new, and like I said from the opinions about it, it wasn't perfectly well received. But then it's the other half of the people who saw it and went, finally, that's a Patek I like. Finally, something that's a little bit different from them. Finally, something that feels like I can wear that every day and isn't a Nautilus. This watch doesn't fit in with the rest of the Patek lineup. They took a chance on it. And honestly, I think they did a great job of it. and that's why it's a hidden gem. I hope you got to see this Patek Philippe in a new light. Join me next time on Hidden Gems.